Hello and welcome to the Film Freaks podcast, the podcast about movies. Each episode is about a singular movie, and we'll get to today's episode's movie in a little bit. But first, I just need to remind you there was no fan vote this week, so we'll reveal what movies we're gonna watch for episode 150 of the podcast. We finally made it. And yeah, so stick around for the end of the episode there. We got some surprises in store for you as well. Nothing too crazy, I suppose. Let's go ahead and introduce ourselves before we introduce the movie. I am Yemmy at Tiffany's. Who am I here with?
Oh, that's good. There's no follow-up to that. Callous.
And I'm Tay.
And I'm Ray.
And how are we doing today?
Doing good.
Doing pretty good. You ruined my joke, Yemmy. I was gonna make
No.
a joke that I accidentally watched the wrong movie, Breakfast at Tiffany's, but now you've taken that away.
I can't ruin what I don't know about. Now, you see, if you had told me beforehand, like, hey, don't do this joke, then I said that, then that would be like me ruining it, but
Yeah. Agreed.
That would have been a douche move.
well,
Speaking of douche move, I do have a little bit of news. I'd like to report that I did watch Ocean's 11, 12 and 13.
oh yeah, you watched Ocean's 11?
Yeah, I
Fascinating.
watched Ocean's 11
I
2
am
weeks ago.
shocked.
Can you believe that? And I'd
So
like to
he
report
watched
that
12 and 13, right?
Yes. I watched 12 and 13 in between when we watched 11 and now. And they're still good. I like them. So 11 was... Sorry, I keep saying 11. 12 was kind of a mess in terms of plot, I must admit. The instead of like one central heist, there's like three smaller ones, and like it's just kind of all over the place and just not good at all. The one thing I like though is the humor. The humor is still good. It's still there from the 11, so it's still good. As for 13, they were back to like being a really good heist. The whole movie's like centered around like planning and executing this one heist, so that's it's back to being really good. I really enjoyed it. But funny enough, I felt like the humor was starting to like not be as good as it was in the previous two movies. I feel like they did like a lot of repeated jokes. Like some of the jokes they did in the first and the second one, they kind of like did again and like this again. All right, let's just move on. But yeah, that was it. I still recommend watch though.
Yeah,
they're pretty good.
I thought about doing that, but then 11 was taken off of Netflix, and I never bought 11 because I didn't like it as much. So I only have, 12.
Are you talking about 12? See, you're doing it too.
I'm doing it too. So yeah, I own on DVD 11 and 13, but I never bought 12. So I was like, I wanted to watch all three of them, but I can't. So I guess I just won't watch it.
Yeah, I had to rent it, so I'm thinking of just like buying the trilogy physical because I do enjoy them a lot, and I probably will watch them again eventually.
Yeah, sounds good.
Now, what about Ocean's 8?
I did not feel like rewatching that one, so I still can't remember anything from it.
I do want to watch that one, but eventually, someday.
All right. Hey, speaking of Nickelback. No, that's a terrible segue. Ray,
Yeah,
you had a movie for us.
I was wondering where you were going with
really
that.
anxious to see where you were going with that.
I couldn't even spin it. It was the wrong song to begin with for even like trying this segue. So
See, if you saying this is how you remind me or something,
yeah,
that might have been it, but easier to segue.
Well,
A little bit.
Anyway, Ray, you had a movie for us. What'd you got?
I sure did. It was The Breakfast Club. And the premise of The Breakfast Club.
At Tiffany's.
I
Yeah.
wish. Five high school students from different walks of life endure a Saturday detention under a power-hungry principal. The desperate. I always want to say desperate. Group includes Rebel John, Princess Claire, Outcast Allison, Brainy Brian, and Andrew the Jock. I love how they had alliterations for like all of them except for Andrew. Each has
Oh,
a
that's
chance
pretty
to
funny.
tell his or her story, making the others see them a little differently. And when the day ends, they question whether school will ever be the same. This was released on February 15th, 1985. Director John Hughes. Screenplay John Hughes. The actors and actresses Molly Ringwald, Judd Nelson, Anthony Michael Hall, Ali Sheedy, Emilio Estevez, and Paul Gleason. The first time I watched this movie, it was actually on Netflix. I had just gotten Netflix, like not like where you get the movie in the mail, but like, you know, not the old school
I said when
way.
I first got Netflix, it was getting movies in the mail.
Yeah,
The
the same.
yeah.
But then I
I
got,
used
I
to,
subscribed.
I used to watch. I remember when I used to watch Netflix on the Wii using the Wii disc that
Oh,
Netflix
yeah.
sent me.
Yeah.
me too. But that was
But-
just because the Wii couldn't handle things without a disc.
Well, eventually it did get its own Netflix app.
Okay, that's good. I can remember.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's been
Well,
so
anyway, the first time that I watched it on like Netflix, just like on my web browser, it was thunderstorming that night, and I was like, "This is an awesome movie to watch in a thunderstorm." And don't ask me why. It just like the aesthetic of all of it, it was just great. Like, well, Bender, like his little like outbursts and stuff were fantastic to like watch while it was like thunder and lightning. I don't know. Don't ask me, but I just thought it was really cool. But anyway, when I chose this one again and I watched it, there was a thunderstorm and I was like, what are the chances? So I thought that was kind of cool personally. But
Odd coincidence.
I know, crazy. So now I just like have to watch this movie when it's thunderstorming. I don't know.
I don't know. The only movie to watch in a thunderstorm is Poltergeist. I'm sorry.
I was
You know,
thinking
I've
Jurassic
never
Park would be a
seen
good
that
one,
movie.
too.
It sounds like a good idea, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have always loved Molly Ringwald. I grew up watching like 16 Candles and oh my god, what else was she in? I'm totally drawing a blank. Oh, Pretty in Pink, duh. But I loved watching her growing up, and I always thought that she was so pretty, and she was like the heartthrob of the 80s. So
She is very pretty.
yeah, she's awesome.
I feel like if I watched these movies back in the day, I would totally have a crush on her. But
Same.
I didn't really see much of her until like way, way later in my life.
Yeah, same.
What was the first thing you saw her in?
This.
you even know?
Probably
was
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably this.
That's fair.
Let me look at her.
Yeah.
credits.
Like I knew, I knew who she was. Like people talked about her, so like I looked her up and stuff. But yeah, this was the first movie I saw with her, and at that point I was, how old was I? I don't know, probably around like 24 or so. So right around the age of some of the other actors in this movie. That was one thing I was going to bring up. It's just like some of these kids don't feel like high school kids, and it's because they weren't. They were in their
Yeah.
20s. Molly
yeah.
and Brian both were the only two who were actually like 17, and they looked it.
That's crazy. Yeah, they did.
But like Bender, like seeing him, I'm looking at him, it's like, dude's got like a 5 o'clock shadow, and I there's some people in high school who do get that, but it's rare. And just like looking at him, just like, this guy looks like he's in his 30s, and he's not. He was only like 24, but but it was the 80s, and when the 80s people looked older than they were.
I'm sorry. Which two did you say were the only ones that were 17?
Brian, so the Brainiac, and Molly.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, everyone else was. Yeah, Bender was the oldest, and he was, I think, about 24. The other two were 22.
Okay. I mean, Allison or Allie, like I think she looks like a high schooler personally,
No, yeah,
until
no,
like they did her makeup.
she did good. Like she actually looked less like a high schooler at the end when they actually give her like a makeover.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, oh no, she looks older.
Yep.
But like
Yeah.
before that, when she's in her like drab, I guess, or gothic, whatever, I don't know what they were going for. I think they were going for gothic. It didn't really look very gothic, but
Yeah. Just kind of
just
hobo-ish, honestly.
yeah, hobo-y. That's a good one. She looks younger there, so
I agree.
Well, it's weird because if Molly Ringwald was the 17-year-old, right?
Mm-hmm.
Judd Nelson was what, 24?
yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
an interesting
So-
thing to know.
So
Didn't know that watching the movie. But
I did find
thought it was
out-
creepy the entire movie that
Yeah. So all the scenes of where like he's like touching her and stuff is not Molly.
oh, okay.
It is her double. They
Was
actually
her
did
double of age?
yes, I believe so. I would assume so, because that was part of why they didn't use Molly for those scenes is because she was underage. Also, like they filmed all the scenes where that stuff was happening while Molly was at school.
Oh my god.
Apparently, actually, she is saying here that she was 16 when this
Oh, that's
was
true.
filmed.
That's true. I was. Yeah, that makes sense. Because I think I was doing the math based on 84, but they probably actually filmed in 83. So I don't know how production works, but yeah, and I mean,
I
it
don't
was
know,
her
this-
birthday yet,
this is-
so yeah, she might have been 16. And Brian I think was 17. I don't know. Again, he could have been 16.
I don't know. I'm getting conflicting reports now, so I don't know anymore.
I don't know.
Yeah,
You might be
I don't
right.
know. I just based it off years. I didn't look at months.
I guess it makes me
So-
feel a little bit better because, like,
Yeah.
they gave her like, man, I didn't understand. Like they did like the panty shot like randomly,
Yeah.
and John's character was all over her. So I guess it makes me feel a little bit better that they used a double for some of the more touchy feely parts.
Yep.
Mhm. But also it was the 80s, so I wouldn't put it past them if they didn't, you know,
Yeah, that's
Right.
true.
No, but
unfortunately.
apparently, yeah, they did. So that's good.
Thank you, John Hughes.
After watching it, I was reading a bunch of the little trivia whatever that's on IMDb, and there's
Yeah.
just so many like contradicting like facts about this movie though that I'm just like I don't know what to believe.
Huh.
Like I think one of them was like Allie, who plays Allison, which makes it easy.
Yeah.
Like they were originally like, oh yeah, John Hughes, like she tried or auditioned for 16 Candles, and like I guess there had been some sort of set accident or something right before she auditioned and had like black eyes.
Oh my
and-
gosh.
Yeah. So, but like
Aw.
John apparently like didn't she didn't get the part for 16 Candles, but he remembered that like and it gave her kind of a gothic look, and so like they were like, oh yeah, he like when he made this character, he's like, this is perfect for her. We're gonna bring her in, and then like a few paragraphs down or whatever, there's like originally Molly was supposed to play this, and then Molly was begging him to let her be Allison or be Claire instead, and it's like, okay, what? Which one's real? Did he want Allie the whole time, or what? So, but then there was even that one had contradictions where everyone else was saying no, she was originally supposed to be Claire and wanted to be Allie, and John Hughes was like, no, you're going to be Claire. So, more just contradictions on contradictions.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, at the end of the day, I feel like the actors and actresses got their best roles.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Agreed.
same.
So,
Yeah.
there's. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go.
Okay, I was gonna say there's things I love about this movie, and then there's things that annoy me about this movie.
Kind of
Yeah.
the same.
I'm with you.
Just like the whole, I mean, it's this movie was one of the first to do some of these tropes that Hollywood ran with forever. Just like like the pot smoking.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone gets wild on pot. It's like, usually people like get more chill on pot and calm down, and but
Yeah.
Hollywood just loves to run with that and has been running with it for years. Still does it. Like somebody on pot starts acting crazy. I think we talked about this in Transformers because the mom goes crazy because she has a pot brownie.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
And that one was over the top crazy though. This one at least was like more of a subtle crazy. And John, I think Bender.
Yeah, let's call him Bender.
Yeah, Bender did the best, where he was just sitting there for the most part, just like, yeah, I'm enjoying my pot.
Yeah. That was fair.
So
I think
but
the whole
there-
breaking the glass thing was so over the top.
right, and John
Like,
actually so that was one of the trivia things. Is that's the one thing John Hughes regrets about this movie is having the glass break at the end of the pot scene.
I would have to agree, John.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a
because
bit over the top, and like also like falling from the ceiling was a bit over the top, and like what no one like he didn't notice the guy
Right.
that's watching over them.
Principal.
Yeah. The principal. Yeah. I don't know.
Sorry, what were we gonna say, Tay?
I don't
About the
remember.
glass.
Oh, just the glass. He just regretted it. He's just like, because like I think it was supposed to be like a hallucination or something because I don't think the glass actually broke because the principal totally would have heard that.
Yeah, that's what I was
Well-
thinking too.
Well, maybe not because he was in the basement at that point.
Yeah, maybe. Well,
But either way, just they all would have gotten detention again because he would have gone through the library, or the librarian would have come back Monday and it's like, why is this door broken and why is there a hole in the ceiling?
right.
So, but yeah, that was one of the things that bugs me. I mean, that just always bugs me in movies. But also just some of the way they were treating and the principal, and I guess this was just more of the '80s, how I guess things kind of were done. But just like they know they have these children who are being like abused by their parents, and they're just like,
Yeah.
whatevs.
Yeah. That always bothered me too.
It's probably an 80s thing, honestly.
For sure. Like, I mean,
I
seriously.
mean,
like,
foster care did still exist in the '80s, I think.
yeah, just not as
yeah.
well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like this is a pretty interesting time capsule for the time period. Not just
Yeah.
with like the music, but also with the language used, the style, the just how the teacher acted like, or the principal acted like a dictator almost, right, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And also like the laid back janitor, like
I like the janitor.
there's so much about this movie that's like unequivocally 80s. Like it even starts off with a David Bowie quote. It just
Yeah.
it's 80s to its core, and there's a lot to appreciate about that. Just kind of being a bit of a time capsule for the time period.
That's one of the reasons why I like these movies. I love 80s movies so much just for like the aesthetic of it, and I don't know. I find them fun because they do kind of break that barrier that's there now. Like, questionable, but all right. It's just fun to see how we've evolved.
Yeah, there's a vibe to the 80s. A lot of people yearn for the 80s to come back, which it'll loop around. It's the night.
goes
What?
around
It's
comes
like
around.
2000s nostalgia now, so it'll loop around in about
Mm.
50 years. Yeah.
Right.
And about 2080.
Yeah.
It'll be the 80s.
Ayo.
2080.
Now, question: have any of you been in detention before?
Yeah.
No.
I have.
Really?
Yes.
Wait.
All
what?
right, I want to
We
hear
all
your
have, oh.
stories.
No, I said no. I have not.
Not me. I
Oh,
was a
oh.
precious, sweet angel baby
Mhm.
that was just really good at not getting caught.
I just don't.
Yes.
I don't think my school did detention.
Well,
I don't know. Maybe they did. I don't know. I never got it.
never got. Well, I mean, when I got detention, it wasn't like stay there the entire day on Saturday or whatever.
Right.
It was
Yeah.
like a couple hours. Like you would stay. You got to school early and you had to sit there for like an hour before
Yeah.
school. Never went to detention in high school, just in middle school, and it wasn't even my fucking fault either. One of my friends sat behind me in like math or something like that, and they were talking to me, and like, yeah, sure, like the teacher said to stop talking like twice to us, and then the third time he went to go talk to me, he was just asking for a pencil, and we both got detention, and I was like, motherfucker.
Do you say that out loud
No, I
to
also
the teacher?
no. Yeah, like it's one of those moments where you just can't explain to the teacher like what happened because you'll just get in more trouble.
Yeah.
You just take your lump.
That reminds me of a similar, or not a similar, but like a different story where it was like, I feel like 10th grade, and like it was the first day of school, and this teacher was like giving a whole speech about like how she used to teach middle school, but she decided to switch to high school because she was getting tired of like kids whining so much to her and this and that. And like while she was doing that, some kid behind me was bugging me. So like at one point I had enough, and I was like, teacher, like this person's bothering me. Literally moments after her giving the speech of her getting tired of kids whining, and she just gave me this like death stare.
You should have just
Oh
turned
my
around and
God.
punched him in the face, and then
You know, and I think in elementary school, it wasn't detention, but I did have to like skip a recess to clean the hallways.
I
So,
Wow.
I got in trouble so often in elementary school. I think I like in 6th grade. I think I had only one bonus recess the entire year. But also in my defense, I will say that they were they called them pink slips because they were like, oh, you know, we're gonna really get on you for doing things that would get you detention in like middle school. So I got like a pink slip a week for just doing stupid stuff because I was a stupid elementary school
Yeah.
kid. And then when I got to middle school, yeah, one detention, and it wasn't even my fault. Like, it's just funny how it all works out. They're like, "Oh, we're gonna prepare you for middle school by being so much more harsh on you and giving you these pink
Right?
slips, and you can't have bonus recess and blah blah blah." It didn't really matter in the end.
Yeah. I do remember in elementary school them always saying like, "Oh, it's going to be so different when you hit junior high. It's going to be so much harder." And then get into junior high, like, this is easier.
This is great.
The only part
There's
was like
one
learning
freedom.
your schedule, like trying to get to each class on time. But other than that,
Yeah.
like, yeah, middle school way easier, easy,
Oh,
more easygoing teachers too. I feel.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, middle school wasn't the worst, but that was more
Oh, I loved
puberty
middle
and
school.
stuff.
I freaking loved middle school. The only time that I almost got sent to the principal's office, it was in high school, but these kids were being rowdy in history class, and we had a sub, and she was just like so fucking over it. And the kid behind me, like we started like watching a video or something, and the kid behind me started getting this disgusting nosebleed, like blood gushing everywhere. And he like tapped me on the shoulder, and he all he could do was say, "Help." And I was like, "Oh my God." And so like
Oh,
I
Jesus.
jumped up to get like tissues and paper towels and stuff for him. And the chick, she was like, "If you get up one more goddamn time, I'm going to send you to the principal's office." And I just looked at
Wow.
her, and I looked at the kid behind me. I just like pointed him. I was like, "He is bleeding from his nose." And she was like, "Oh my God." And then she apologized. She actually apologized to me, which I was
Oh,
surprised.
okay, nice.
I know. I was like, thank goodness. But that was the only time I almost got in trouble.
I got in trouble a lot when I was in high school. I went from like being this geeky teacher's pet in middle school where that got like almost straight A's and like perfect attendance to being a troublemaker in high school.
Wow.
Classic.
What happened to you?
You know what it was? I
Hmm.
was like kind of
It was the
always the
weed.
smallest. No, never done it. I was always like the smallest, skinniest kid, and I used to like get bullied and beat up a lot.
Aw.
So like by the time I got to high school, I decided to like, I guess, change, and like I grew out my hair. That's when I got super long hair, and I got my hair braided, and like I started making different friends, and yeah, everything changed from there. Like I just stopped caring as much, and yeah, I started being influenced, I guess, by the wrong crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though I started hanging out with the type of kids that would smoke weed, I never actually did that myself. Although I guess I have gotten like secondhand high maybe a few times.
Oh, same. That's the worst.
Yeah.
It's
but,
it's probably because you played so much Guitar Hero, Callus.
that was way after high school. Anyways, yeah, I'm old. Okay, so the one time I did get detention, same as Yemi, it wasn't Saturday detention. I feel like it was maybe like after school detention, just like 1 or 2 hours after school for skipping class. So what I would do, which I did get away with a few times, is so there were like 2 different lunch hours. I had like I was part of the first lunch hour, and then I would hide until the second lunch hour, and then I hang out with other friends that were in the second lunch. And I got caught one time.
Classic.
Classic indeed. So my school and high school did a thing where like it had attendance and like you had attendance grades, and if you got if U was the bad one, if you got a U, and you got U's from skipping class, and I did skip a few classes once and got a U, but they always had things to like I had to donate blood to remove a U.
Wow.
What?
That's weird.
They had a blood
That's
drive.
very
Yeah,
weird.
it was very weird. Like I said, my school was unique. I think even in my state, like talking to other people in high school, like, I'm sorry, you would what? It's like, I don't know. My school was just very like, if you had a U, you could not graduate. Like I had friends who didn't graduate with our school, and, like had to transfer to another school in our district even to be able to actually graduate because they didn't. The other school was the trouble kid school, and they didn't care about. They didn't have the citizenship thing. I don't know. It was weird.
Citizenship? What school did
yeah.
you go to?
I don't know. Like I said, it was just a normal public high school, but it was
That
like
is not normal,
I
Tate.
don't
I know
think
it's
it
not
is.
normal. I said besides the citizenship thing, that was the only weird thing about that school. And like I said, they had a blood drive going on, and like if you donate blood, you'll remove a U. And I'm like, cool. I skipped class last week, so let's go ahead and go donate some blood.
That is wild.
That is pretty old. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know how to
Wife in the
feel
other
right
room
now.
yelling, you were a minor. Yeah, it was weird.
Huh.
Actually, I don't think I was a minor at that point. I think I was 18. So
I don't know if that makes it better.
it doesn't, no. But it was weird.
Hmm.
I don't know what whose idea it was, but that's what they did.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna be on like one of those commercials, like if you were exploited as a young child,
Forced
you
to give
donated blood
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
revoke a you may be entitled. Oh man.
Hey, you know what? I'll take it. I'll skip my old high school. Sure, why not?
Crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
But not as crazy as the antics in the Breakfast Club, huh? Hey.
Hey.
Hey, that's a good segue.
And we're back.
Now, what did you guys think of like their stories, like why they were in detention?
I thought that Allison had the best reason.
If it was around, I mean, she was a liar, so
Impulsive liar.
Yeah.
impulsive liar. Thank you. That's the other word.
Well, they didn't question it, so I figured it's probably true.
Probably true.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's her parent clearly at the beginning when he pulls up and looks annoyed with her. It's just like, I can't believe you're doing this again.
Huh.
Although it probably wasn't again. It was the first time. I don't think that was the real reason. I don't think we ever hear her real reason.
Yeah, maybe not.
Well,
So mysterious.
So mysterious. But it's okay, because the stupid trope is she just needed a makeover, and now she's normal and hot.
Oh,
Yeah.
stop. I'm holding
That is-
back
oh my
my
God.
anger so much for the ending of this movie, and I was gonna try and save it until we actually got to the ending. So I'm gonna
Okay,
keep my
I'm sorry.
composure, and let's not talk about it yet, because I'm very annoyed by the ending of this movie. But
Same.
Interesting.
I thought Allison's reasoning for being there was funny.
Yeah.
I thought that Brian, the nerd kid Brian,
Brian, yeah.
Oh,
a little
that
bit-
one.
a little bit weird how he brought like a flare gun to school to kill himself.
Right.
Yeah.
And that one bugs me because
Sorry.
like you don't send a kid to detention for wanting to kill. You send him to therapy.
That's the
Well,
80s.
that's not why he was sent to detention. He was sent to detention because
Yeah.
it went off in his locker and he caused a fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Wow,
don't.
yeah.
I guess they don't know the whole story.
They didn't know the whole story, but yeah.
Yeah.
The
Although
flare gun
actually,
was
I did-
weird.
I did find out the reason him and Carl know each other is because Carl was the one who found the flare gun. That was from a deleted scene, apparently.
Oh wait, Carl is the janitor.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He hid the evidence. I think it would be cool to have like Carl. Maybe I didn't notice it, but maybe in the background of one of the scenes to have the flare gun like sitting there might have been a
Yeah.
cute little nod, but I didn't see it. So
I think at the very beginning, when it's showing all the different stuff around school, I think there
The
is a locker that
lockers.
looks burnt.
well, yeah,
and,
that's
like,
Brian's locker,
yeah.
but they don't
so-
show the flare gun.
No, the wall had been removed at that point.
Well, of course. But it's more,
Of
of a-
course.
but like it's kind of like a Disney ride where you're like getting a vignette of each character's
Yeah.
locker. So you would think that if the flare gun, well, I guess it's more of a reveal later, I suppose, but because you kind of expect like that locker to be Bender's, you know.
Vendors, same, yeah.
The Bender has-
Remind me, what was Claire's reason for being there?
She skipped school shopping, I think. Or something.
I don't think I think that was the guess, but I don't know if she ever revealed it.
Yeah,
Did
they were too worried about if she was a virgin or not to
That
get
is
the
Yeah.
true reason. And then the jock, he bullied a kid.
Yeah,
Beat
which
him
that's a
up.
good reason to be in detention.
Yeah. And then Bender just is Bender. So
Yeah.
Bender did whatever Bender do.
yeah, I just found the whole a lot of the movie has to do with that the whole virginity angle.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, it just was getting a bit
Well, that was it was a
Overdone.
big deal in the 80s.
I'm sure it was.
I
But
think it's just a big thing for like teen movies in general, like
True
or
it is.
shows.
I mean, yeah, look at American
Yeah,
Pie.
American Pie. It revolves around that.
Yup.
at the same time, like even when I was in high school, like sure people talked about like, oh, you know, blah blah blah, are you a virgin, are you whatnot, but it's not like I would go up to a random person in the school and be like, huh, are you a virgin? No. Obviously
I've
different
literally
time.
had that happen to me in high school.
Yeah. I don't think
It's-
ever
I
had
feel like-
someone ask me that.
Yeah, I feel like this happened to me a couple times also when I was in high school.
I got asked to have a threesome.
Oh,
Oh, jeez.
Yep. That also happened. I didn't even know the guy's name. I was like, I don't what?
yeah. Well, I also grew, went to high school at a weird high school, as we've discussed, but
Yeah.
it was, in Utah, Salt Lake, Utah. So, of course, it was a
Ah,
different
Utah.
experience for me.
That explains it right there.
Yep,
I'm just
I know. It
Okay.
does.
I mean, the Mormon kids can be kind of freaky.
Nowadays.
That explains
well,
why you
not,
like.
not until they get to BYU.
Yeah, that explains why you liked lizards so much.
Does it?
I don't know. I'm making something up.
I don't know. I maybe it was just more so that the whole thing was so forced and overdone with that
Yeah.
angle.
That's fair.
And the resolution at the end didn't feel good. Like with the
Yeah.
whole
Let's not go there yet.
not that ending, but like at the end of like the arc of
Oh.
them asking her about it, like, and then Allison
Oh,
is,
okay.
is like lying that she bangs her shrink or whatever,
Yeah.
and yeah, I just felt like, yeah, I didn't like the flow of that, and I guess it kind of goes for the whole movie where it's like there'll be these moments of like, oh, this dialogue is perfect, and then randomly in the middle of the conversation, it'll do a 180, and all the whole mood and atmosphere will change.
Right.
Mm.
That was one of my complaints. It was very just. Oh, we feel bad for this kid. We like this kid. We're gonna help protect this kid. She's like, you're the biggest jerk in the world, and I hate you, and everyone sucks. And it was just back and forth, that.
Yeah,
I
or
think it was just
John
to
would
show
start
like the
screaming.
different dynamics of like of their personalities. Like they were trying to relate to each other and they were trying to get to know each other, but like there were just still those barriers because they don't talk to each other on a regular basis. Like they aren't used to being around these different types of personalities. They're used to what they're used to.
I did
Um,
enjoy that aspect of it, of like just them having such different personalities
Mhm.
and like trying to interact with each other. I found that like very interesting.
Yeah.
I still
But
feel
yeah,
like there were scenes where the dialogue was in such a good flow state, and I was like, oh, this is why everyone loves this movie, because
Yeah.
this dialogue is so good. And then all of a sudden, the conversation would change, like I said, a 180, but then the dialogue wouldn't be as interesting or as good, and it would just kind
Yeah.
of revert back to something that we already had, had something for.
Agreed.
yeah, like one of those 180s that like really threw me off was like the one scene when Bender got like really pissed off and like he stormed off and like went upstairs. He was like very angry. Literally the next scene after that is them like sneaking out into the
Mm.
lockers together, like having a good time. Like
Right.
what? Like I know they were there for 9 hours, so obviously you don't get to see everything. But what? Couldn't you
Yeah.
have
It's
like
funny
done a
'cause
smoother transition?
I liked that aspect of it because like that's just how it is sometimes when you're a kid. Like or maybe not, I don't know. But from what I've like experienced at school or whatever, like especially with somebody that's as scarred as he is, like he's unpredictable. And I think they were trying to like portray that, like just how unpredictable he was and how like that's kind of scary and showing his background in that way. Um but like I agree with you guys that it's like it does kind of give you whiplash a little bit, but I also appreciated that as well because I think that they were trying to like send that kind of message.
I can see
Maybe.
where you're coming from. I don't disagree per se, but for me, it just made the movie feel more disjointed than it could have been.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with you for some scenes, like for some of the things where like they kind of did a 180, like near the end when they were like pouring their hearts at each other, and like you see Brian was in tears of like telling them what he did,
Yeah.
and like upon telling them that it was the flare that burned his locker and blah blah, like the other guy found that funny, and then they start laughing. Like that was a good 180 right there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, during that same scene, Claire is pouring her heart out, and then randomly John like just tells her to shut up and fuck you or whatever, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like it just
That was
it just,
weird, yeah.
yeah, it just doesn't. It just feels so weird at the time because you're watching this actress give like a really good performance, and all of a sudden it's like, fuck you, go fuck yourself. It's like, come on. Like, I don't know, at that point I was kind of like, I'm not over it, but I was just kind of like, okay, here we go again. We're gonna cut
Yeah.
off like this amazing dialogue situation and just train wreck it essentially, or
Yeah.
make it go off the rails a little bit. Like I get that happening during the start of the movie when they don't know each other as well, but I felt like towards the end, especially with what happens at the end, it could have gone a different way,
Yeah.
especially
I
for
felt
that scene.
Your 180s.
Yeah. That's fair.
I'm upset that we didn't get to see the principal get his comeuppance.
Me too.
Like he's such a douchebag.
Yeah. I love his line where he's like, I make like what 30,000 a year or 40,000 a year, and I'm not gonna throw it away. I'm like, that doesn't age well.
Yeah.
Hey, 30,000 a year. That's basically the equivalent of like what, 120,000 a year or something. nowadays.
Not that much, but close.
That's
Yeah,
how I make. That's how much I make now in 2025. Sad.
the
Wow.
120,000.
The
Yeah.
30,000.
Yeah, I know exactly. That's very much how much we all make. Well, I make $0 a year, but
Way to brag about it. I feel like I make $0 a year.
yeah.
For real, yeah.
Let's see.
What did you guys think of the principal?
He wasn't
was a
really a
gem.
pal.
Yeah. No, I've seen like teachers or like faculty act that way towards students before, like especially like, in
Yeah.
early 2000s and stuff, and it just like sucks. Like I don't know. I feel for the kid because obviously he's growing up in a really rough life,
Yeah.
and I don't know, it just breaks my
So
heart a little bit.
I did just look it up. The principal's making almost $100,000 a year.
That's insane.
92,615. So that's not bad.
I
Pretty
kind of
good.
I have firsthand experience with an asshole teacher, just kind of being against you for no reason, seemingly.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, John has a reason that he's being yelled at. He's obviously instigating a lot of things.
Yeah.
But when a student is that, like, aggressively, I don't know, off the chain,
Rebellious.
you kind of maybe should start thinking about what's going on at home. I mean, maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
In my situation, like so because I liked a girl in high school or middle school into high school, I took an honors biology class, and I didn't even get matched up in a class with her, so it didn't even work out.
Aw.
But I felt like I was really good at like science and biology back in middle school, and the teacher was even like, "Yeah, I think you'd be great for an honors class here." And go into the honors class, and it's just way over my head, and I couldn't keep up, and the teacher didn't really want it to help me, so I failed the class and had to retake biology the next year. But throughout that whole semester, like, he was just such an asshole to me. Like, everything I would do, every question I would ask, it was like I was the stupidest kid in the room. And maybe because I was, but that doesn't mean that he should be an asshole to me. Also, like, if like already 2 weeks in, I'm struggling and behind and not getting good grades, I feel like the teacher should step in and be like, well, maybe we should take you back down to the regular biology. But no, he just let me burn. I just
It's awful.
forever to this day,
Wow.
I have a grudge against him because he set me back so far. I had to take biology 3 years of my life. So it's like, fuck you, one, for not stepping up and being an actual adult and like
Right.
laying it out, and two, like, why'd you have to be such an asshole to me, seeing that I was struggling in the class and not
Yeah.
shouldn't be there? Like, it's just so stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
it's
5th grade teacher, like she had something out for me, and I don't know why. But she would like just stare at me while doing tests or while doing like homework or whatever. And she like came over one day and like put her elbows on the table, and like she was just like staring at me while I was trying to take a test, and I misspelled my name, and she like laughed, told the class, everyone else started laughing, and then we had to go back to our test, and I flunked that test so hard. That was awful.
Yeah.
She was terrible. I fucking hated her. She was a bitch.
to say. Yeah. I had a teacher in kindergarten. So, like,
Wow.
my first experience.
Oh my
Yeah,
god, that's terrible.
she should not have been a teacher.
It's funny because I think I had the same experience. Like, we had my kindergarten teacher was going to be out for because she was pregnant and she was gonna have her baby. So the principal, or maybe one of the underlings of the principal, was my teacher, and she hated me. And then, like, in 2nd grade, the same thing happened, and they brought the same fucking
No.
underling to that class. So, like, yeah, I also had like a year of like, why me? Like, what did I do?
Yeah. Yeah, this teacher was so bad. Like, she went from kindergarten to 3rd grade to 6th grade, and then in 6th grade, my little sister was going to get her, and my mom's like, nope. And changed schools for my little sister.
Wow.
Good.
She's just like, I don't want to deal with that teacher ever again.
I don't blame
'Cause-
her.
Yeah, like I said, it was just one of those who was like, why are you a teacher? You clearly hate
Yeah.
this.
I
Some
don't
people
get
are just not cut out for that.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not, you don't make good money as a teacher. So, like, you're not in this
Right.
for the money. You're not in this for teaching. You're not in this for children. Why are you here? The good news, though, because of that, my sister met her best friend in 6th grade because she changed schools, and that's now her husband. So, you know.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
What a story.
That's
So,
nice.
I mean, she would have met him in high school, but, you know, they may not have been
No,
friends
it's
in high
Kira's
school.
way.
Nope, they would
Yeah.
have never met otherwise.
Nope.
Well, that's the thing is they may not have, you know, high school, there's a lot more students than in 6th
yeah.
grade. So,
Exactly, yeah.
yeah, they may not have actually. They would have met probably and known each other, but they may not have been friends. So,
Oh, great story.
I suffered so my sister could find her husband.
Way to go, Tay.
You did it.
I did it. And it only had to cause severe psychological damage.
You know, small price to pay.
Yeah.
They probably drained it when they took your blood to save someone else's soul. That is wild.
I see it's still on your mind.
Yep. I don't think it's gonna leave for a while.
You know what else isn't going to leave for a while?
What?
The Breakfast Club.
That is true.
Yeah, they're
this
stuck there
movie's
for
gonna be around
9
forever.
hours.
I have a
Longer than a school day.
genuine question. Where did the name The Breakfast Club come from?
I actually know.
Ooh, tell us, because I don't know either.
So
I'm
apparently,
glad I
it's
wasn't the only
what.
one.
Yeah, it's apparently it is what they called the people who went to detention in John Hughes High School. They called them the Breakfast Club, which came about probably because there was a long-standing radio morning show called the Breakfast Club, and
Ah.
so they just called the people who went to detention because they went early in the morning, probably similar to how you actually went before school. So they're like, oh, that's the Breakfast Club. They go early.
Interesting.
Yeah, I had an
Alright.
idea of why they would call themselves the Breakfast Club because they were there early in the morning, but there was
Yeah.
no breakfast had.
Right?
They didn't have breakfast there, and
They did have lunch.
Yeah.
But like the lunch club does not sound as cool.
No.
I guess
Yeah, they
not.
thought about Lunch Bunch and Library Rebellion or something were the other like.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Yeah,
That sounds amazing.
They're bad, so they went with Breakfast Club.
All right, well, out of those three, I guess that's fine.
Yeah. Breakfast Club is much better than the Lunch Bunch.
I'm getting this strong feeling that Yemmy did not like this movie.
I don't know.
There was parts of it that were really good, and then there was parts of it that were just like, the fuck?
I feel like I've been pretty nice to the movie so far.
So far, but I'm waiting for that drop.
The end.
Yeah.
Should we talk about
I was
it?
like,
We
And,
might as
you know,
well.
I feel
Oh,
like
let's get it
the
over
last
with.
3 episodes, or 4 episodes, like the movies have been really good, but then Yemmy's like, but they botched the ending on Ocean's 11, on this one, on
Majestic, yes.
On the
yes.
Majestic.
What movie? What
was
movie did I
yours?
pick? Oh, The
Can't
Good, Bad,
remember
the
now.
Ugly. I like
Oh
that.
yeah,
one.
yeah,
That ending was
yeah.
good.
Okay, that one. That one. The beginning sucked.
Well, that's your opinion.
I know. The 45 minutes of no dialogue.
We've already hashed this out. Come on.
I know.
Oh, the Triple X, that's the other one.
I don't even
Time to
remember.
bring up Triple X once again.
I don't even remember the ending of Triple X.
It is now my goal to
It
bring
was
up Triple X
that
for
good.
every. I'm
Yeah.
gonna bring it up
Better
for
than-
every single review.
You know, we can
Better than
officially
Brightburn, I guess.
retire Brightburn. Yeah, we can officially retire
Yeah.
Brightburn. Triple X will now be our medium for bad
Oh.
movies.
I mean,
Wow.
Brightburn
And
was worse
referencing.
than it though.
I mean,
Wow.
Probably in hindsight, Brightburn was worse, but I rated that higher. I gave it a 2.5. I think I gave XXX a 1.5.
Yeah.
Correct.
Boy, doing everything we can not to talk about the ending, huh?
I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
No,
Go for it.
yes.
Take it away, Yemmy.
Yeah, I guess I will. So this whole movie, Mr. Bender and Claire are at each other's throats, and the weird girl is weird, and the jock is the wrestler
Jocking.
guy, right? And Brian is the nerd, and you kind of expect like, oh, maybe Brian and the weird chick will maybe have a connection there. It seemed like they did, but no. I mean, the most cliche and stupid ending possible happens where they give the goth girl a makeover and like they brush her hair out of her face and put some fucking blemish on her or whatever, and or blush on her, and all of a sudden the jock is like fawning over her, and they apparently are together now, and I'm like,
Yeah.
hello, what? And then the most egregious thing is that at the end of the movie, the two characters who hate each other vehemently, and the one guy is like making rape jokes and shit, they get together. And I'm like, this is this is terrible. Why would this is like a terrible like this? Not only is it a terrible message, but it's also terrible to show kids this.
Yeah.
Think about the precedent that's fucking sets. I'm gonna shit on you all day, but you better put out. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Actually,
Well-
and the scene before they do that isn't even like a, oh, I guess I guess I'm okay with you now, because in that scene, John like tells her to shut up and all that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I'm over.
Well,
it.
and also, and the scene before, they're talking about Monday, everything's just going to go back to normal. Like, they don't associate, their friend groups aren't the same, their cliques aren't the same. And then they suddenly go, well, but what if?
Well,
But what if they?
What if we
you just
combed
make
your
out?
hair over to the side? Might change my
Yeah.
mind.
That's going to change your personality.
I mean, Brian gets the shortest end of the stick here because he's the only
Yeah.
one who isn't going steady with another person. He'll be the one left out to dry.
he got to write the essays.
Yeah, you got to write the
That's-
essay. Wow.
That's what.
Yeah,
he
he
liked
got the
to do.
short end of the stick on multiple levels.
Even when they were asking him to do that, I'm like, this is the shitty thing to do. Like, we're just gonna ask the smart kid to write the essay for everyone. Like, I just
I did-
while the ending was happening, my mouth was wide open, and I was in my head screaming "fuck." Like, it just everything that was happening at the end of the movie just pissed me off so much. It was just such a terrible ending.
It really was. It really was.
I mean, none of it felt deserved.
yeah,
Like the
like-
jock and the goth girl didn't have any chemistry throughout the entire movie. If anything, it should have been Brian and the goth girl. But nope, can't do that. And then the John who is like practically sexually assaulting Claire throughout the entire movie and begging for her to say something about her sexuality or virginity. He ends up with her. Like it's just it's a big ick moment. It's a big like wow, did we really have to go there moment. And I just I exploded. I mentally exploded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That was no. I mean, I rolled my eyes at that too. Every single time I've watched this movie, I roll my eyes at that part. But it's the classic gimmick, like, oh, if he picks on you, he actually likes you, and like that's how that starts. And it's
Mhm.
normally from a very, very young age for girls, and it sucks. It freaking sucks that that's what you have to build on because it's confusing. Like, if you like me, why are you hurting me? But
Yeah.
then like
Well,
you get
that's-
used to it.
How girls end up in very abusive relationships.
Yup.
Yeah.
Parents, stop teaching your daughters that if he hits you or picks on you, he likes you.
Yeah. Like, yes, it's just so I agree with you, and that's why I was excited to hear that come out of your mouth because shit's changing, thankfully. But I will never, if I have a daughter, I will never say that that's okay
Yeah.
ever.
If he's picking on you, he's a dickhead.
Yeah.
Like-
Avoid him.
I understand that sentiment, like, oh, he's picking on you, he likes you, for like elementary school, like 5 to
No.
7 years. No, let me
Nope.
listen to my reasoning. Because I was in the same situation where I liked a girl, so you would like, just to get her attention, you would throw like a paper ball at her or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And the teacher told her like, oh, he's picking on you because he likes you, and that's when I was like, oh, I'm done.
But like at the same time, so like that's wait, did you have a crush on her?
Yeah.
Or are you just doing it to be okay?
Not just to be a dick.
Like I understand that, but also like if I see that happening to my daughter and she's in elementary school, I'm gonna like don't put up with that.
Yeah.
Like that's just not how you treat girls at any age.
Go punch him.
So
Punch him.
no, no, don't punch him. But
I just
kick his
feel like
ass.
Teach him to be afraid of women.
I feel like when you're 5 to like 8 years old, you don't know how to express your
Yeah.
emotions, and they kind of come out in weird ways. And I guess that's one of
Totally.
those weird ways. But by the time that you're in high school, definitely a big no-no. And even
Please
in middle
stop
school,
throwing spit wads at people.
definitely a big no-no. But I can at least understand, like, undeveloped brain, very young kid. You don't know what you're doing. You're just doing your thing. And actually, that statement that I overheard the teacher saying to the girl got me to stop. So that was good.
Yeah, that is true. That's true.
But yeah, it's not a good thing. And like I said, it's such a terrible precedent. If, like, let's say you watch this movie when you're like, I don't know, 13, just such a terrible precedent. It's not good, not good.
Not at all. No.
Nope.
Yeah.
I'll never forget when like a kid was picking on me and his sister was like, "Yeah, I think he likes you." I went up and hit him.
Good. See? Told you.
She was like, "I'm not
Make him
supposed to do
free.
that." I'm like, "Well, stop!" Like, what else am I supposed to do? But you saying punch him reminded me of that I quite literally about
Yeah,
did
that's
that.
good. Great.
Oh, I was at church too, so it makes it even better.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's great.
Then I mean, the other thing too, the other half of that is Allison getting her makeover. One,
Yeah.
I think she was fine the way she was. You don't need to
Yeah.
change your entire personality. Two, well, the other thing too is like, okay, so the entire movie she's just kind of weird, like she's kind of the outsider. That's not going to
Yeah.
change simply because you have makeup on and you brushed your hair a different way.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, in movies it does. You
well,
see.
of course, you take off the glasses, all of a
Of
sudden she's
course.
hot. But
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like, it just doesn't make sense there that the jock and her would get together. They had two
doesn't.
dueling personalities. If like, and and I understand maybe he was making out with her at the end of the movie just to be like, look, Dad, I'm my own man now. But still, at the end of the day, like, she's still the same person. Like, she's gonna go home to the same family. She's gonna. I mean, it's not like all of a sudden she's a different. She's like, now she's a pretty princess because, she did her hair a different way one time. And then, like, once again, she was fine the way she was. Like, you can. I was weird. You can be weird. Like, it's fine
can
to be
be
weird.
weird.
Like, there's no problem
was
with
very
being a
weird.
weird person. Like, is it a little bit obnoxious? Yeah, but people will live with it if they enjoy your presence. That's why we have 3 other people on this podcast.
It's true.
But yeah, I just think, again, that just sets a bad precedent of like, oh, if you're weird, just don't be weird, and you'll get the jock, you'll get the hot guy, the kiss you.
Yeah.
I
I do
never
like
wanted the jock
right.
as a weird person. Like,
Well, I
that's
mean,
the
that's
one
another thing
thing
too.
I
Is like,
do
I don't
like.
think the dynamic works at all, just because
No, it doesn't.
those
No.
two
No,
would
it
never
does
get together
not.
anyway.
But I do.
never
There
found
was
them
the
attractive.
one scene I did like, or the one thing I liked. Molly Ringwald's character, Blair, was saying like, well, you nerds would love to be us, and he's just like, you're so conceited. He's like, we don't want to be you. We hate you. We think you're
Yeah.
stupid. And it's like,
Yeah.
that is so true. That was the one true thing where, like, so in high school, like, I want, or like, there's, I guess that song's like, I wish I was a popular kid. It's like, I guess maybe some people felt that way, but most of us didn't. We hated the popular.
Absolutely not.
They weren't even popular because no one actually liked them besides, their own little clique. But
Look, if you're peaking in high school, I got news
Oh,
for
yeah.
you. Shit gets worse.
I couldn't even tell you who was popular in my high school because I was just so far disconnected. Like,
Well,
I can tell you,
I can tell you who
the
was
kids who
popular.
thought they were the popular kids, but
Yeah.
it's like, how can you say you're popular when more than half the school doesn't actually like you?
Well, yeah. The one of the football players from my high school ended up being an NFL player, and they were pretty popular in high school. So
Yeah,
Well,
everyone knows them now.
yeah. We had one girl, who everyone considered like she is like popular, um, and that was because she actually got along with every group and like talked to people and didn't just like like, ugh, you're a nerd, I can't talk to you, like.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like the preppy kids who are popular, quote unquote. There's a lot of stigma that also goes along with that, where they're like, it's like, well, all those girls, they're whores or they're sluts or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
do you really want to? I mean, it's the price of popularity. The word gets around, or people make up
Yeah.
things about you. So like all these terrible things are being put onto you that probably aren't even true. Like, did I ever believe that the most popular girl that I knew at school was sleeping around? No. But does it seem plausible at the time because she's so popular? Sure. I don't know. It's just there's a double-edged sword there where it's like you're so popular, everyone knows you and everyone likes you, but then at the other side you got a bunch of people who maybe they don't hate you, but they definitely dislike you for just being so popular, and then also lies start being told about you, and how do you deal with that? I wouldn't want to deal with that. I'm sure they
Yeah.
didn't want to have to deal with that.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's not fetch.
it's not fetch at all.
Stop
wow, where
trying
did
to
that
make
come
that
from?
happen. It's not going
Yeah.
to happen.
Yeah, Yemmy.
Fetch did happen. Thank you.
It did.
It didn't.
All right, so yeah. In conclusion, those two romantic 180s just made no sense.
Correct. Like
The end.
Claire and Bender, like there's times you could see Claire kind of going like, he's cute, I kind of like him, but then he would do something stupid and be like, oh yeah, no, he's a shithead.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
And everyone, I mean, I guess peer pressure, even though there was no peer pressure for everyone to go smoke pot, that one felt weird. Where he's like, "I'm gonna go smoke pot," and they're all like, "Oh man, I feel peer pressured here." Like, who's pressuring you? No one's pressuring you. You're pressuring yourself.
That's basically it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not to mention they all like snap out of being high instantaneously when something starts to happen. So,
Yeah.
like they're all like on the couch in a daze, and Allison like dumps out her purse, and all of a sudden they're not high anymore. They're highly alert, and they are able to make draw conclusions based off of all the things she dumped out, and then they're able to question her about like her motives, and it's like, well, that probably wouldn't happen if you're stoned out of your mind. Wore off pretty fast.
Yeah.
And the one guy
Well, I
like
mean, it was
hotboxed the entire
oregano.
like room.
Right. Yeah. I will say one of the best lines in the movie though is why Brian has a fake ID.
To vote.
So I can vote.
Yeah, that was funny.
Oh
And
man.
it's like, oh, you were such a nerd. I love it.
Real quick, so when the movie ends, you see, what's his name? Bender, like just
Bender.
put his fist
Oh,
up
yeah.
in the air, freeze frames, and face out.
Yep.
That's like a very iconic scene,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and it's been like repeated and like I guess spoofed
Pop
on a few
culture.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like part of pop culture. My question is why?
I'm pretty sure that was ad lib too.
It was.
So
yeah.
yeah.
It was originally
So
supposed to just walk off, but then the director was like, "Well, try a few different things, and we'll." And so he did that, and they were just like, "Yes, that's perfect. It's in defiance." Defiance of who? Exactly, no one knows.
no
And
idea.
also, is he fist bumping because he kissed the girl?
You just kiss her.
Yeah, they may have done more. You may have,
No, I mean, it's implied that they do more.
yeah,
That's why
Right.
I hate the ending so much.
yeah.
I mean, it's more than just
know?
implied. I mean, I fully believe they had full blown sex in that closet,
Yeah. I
which
mean,
just makes it worse.
It's leading. It's definitely leading
Mhm.
up to that. Where it's like, oh, I can't believe you're a virgin. Gross. Well, let me take that virginity away from you.
Yeah, fist pump, broski.
Oh
I'll have
God.
to go get beat up by my dad.
La da da da.
Yeah.
The soundtrack of this
okay.
movie is immaculate, I will say.
Mhm.
um, yeah, great soundtrack. Love all the music, but it's also like the general bangers of the time. So
Yeah.
I mean,
So
it is
the-
quite odd that they chose every single great song from the time period that encapsulates the period perfectly without even really
the
probably knowing it. But
Mhm.
the main song at the end that was written for this movie.
well, there you go, perfect.
Yeah, and like no one wanted to do it at first, and then like they asked, I can't remember who they asked, but she was just like, here, I don't have time for it, but maybe my husband's band does."
And that
And they just
band,
kind of well, the band that did it, who did it?
humanly? No, not humanly.
No. Either way, they half-assed it. Like the part where there's la 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 la, like he recorded
La
that
la 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 la
as
la la
filler.
la 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 la. That's good though.
No,
It's
what?
good
Like
filler.
he just recorded it as filler. It's like I'll come back and add lyrics, next recording. But then his bandmates were like, "No, actually, it's pretty good. Leave it." It was, "Oh, okay.
La 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 la. I don't know if this band ever did anything else. Simple Minds.
Simple Minds. That's what it was.
I feel like that was like their hit.
One hit
Yeah.
wonder.
I
Honestly,
flipped
they
the
might
M
be a
to a
one-hit
W.
wonder because everything else that I'm looking at, I don't recognize any of these songs.
Yeah.
It's a banger though, absolute banger of a track. I
Heck
just wish
yeah.
that the ending of the movie was better, so that the song, like, I wasn't like pissed off while listening to the song. I'm like, this song
That's
rocks.
understandable.
This song fucking rocks. Why are you gonna be in the end of this fucking movie?
So John Hughes would go on to write such classics as Home Alone and Home Alone 2.
Well, I like one of those movies.
Yeah,
I
know.
love Home Alone too.
Yeah, Home Alone 2 is like the banger of the two, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I agree
Yeah.
completely.
He wrote he did a lot of movies, obviously. But this started, 16. Well, technically, he wrote this one before 16 Candles, but the studios didn't think this one would sell as much, so they made him do 16 Candles first, which actually did not do as well as this movie.
It did not. It's still a great movie.
Yeah. But yeah, so like he did 16 Candles, Pretty in Pink, like the teen movies, and he's like, we're just gonna keep making teen movies forever with Molly and Brian, or Brian's, I don't remember the actor's name, but then they were both just like, nah, and he's like, never making a teen movie again.
I mean, he's got a good repertoire of teen movies.
Yeah.
I feel like the peak is maybe Ferris Bueller,
Yeah.
but he also
Well,
did
he won
Trains,
Bueller.
Planes, and
He did do
automobiles.
Change
So
Planes,
Bueller.
yeah.
that's-
Which is not a teen movie. Ferris Bueller, he wanted Molly Ringwald in
Bueller.
as well.
I'm
For
sure he
which
did.
part?
I'm
The
thinking
sister or the girlfriend?
Oh, it's probably the girlfriend. Now that I think about it, I forgot about the girlfriend. Because I was just thinking the sister, because the sister looks a little like Molly Ringwald.
Bueller.
Bueller.
That's the
But
thing
yeah,
about
that was his last movie he made, like teen movie he made, was Ferris Bueller, I think. And that was, he made it, and then it's like, I want Molly in it. And she's like, no, I'm good. I don't need to do teen movies anymore. I want to spread my wings.
Yeah, it's a movie like this one that makes me double check. Like, is there anything like this in Ferris Bueller? Like, I remember really liking that movie. But was there anything weird at the end of that movie? Like, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Not at the end. I
Bueller
think
is
there was-
perfect.
Mm-hmm. I think there was a few things in the middle that were a little questionable, but not like this bad, but as in this Breakfast Club bad ending. Um, but I mean, 80s, they thought gay jokes were fine and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was gay jokes, but I just know there was some humor that did not age well in Ferris Bueller. I don't remember what it was, but and maybe there wasn't. I don't know. Maybe I'm misremembering.
Should we have Callus decipher another Spanish review for the movie?
Give it to me.
Yes,
Alice's
let's
Spanish
do it.
review.
After last time, I now officially know all of Spanish.
This
so,
one is from a user named Lore with a little sun emoji.
lore.
Like lore from Star Trek.
LORE.
Yeah, that's
And
Star Trek lore.
I
With the
posted
sun.
I posted it in the Discord chat.
Okay. Let's see. I was born to see or athlete. What? I feel this is very broken Spanish.
Maybe it is. I don't know. That's like one of the top
Wait.
reviews, though.
Are you sure this is Spanish? Actually,
No,
this
maybe
might
it's not.
be like Portuguese.
I saw para, and I was like, oh, that's like para. That's Spanish, right?
Yeah, that's Spanish. Yeah.
Portuguese has a lot of carryover.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This one is definitely Spanish. This is a 5-star with a heart by Nat_R Costa. It's a bit of a lengthy one here.
Oh my gosh, that's.
That was Portuguese, by the way.
Uma dos.
And yep, it was. I
Dos.
was born to see the athlete get with the emo girl.
Oh, I see. Well, this is totally not Spanish either.
What? Un dos menus favorito?
That is not a Spanish word. It's UN in Spanish.
It's also Portuguese.
Wow. Okay. This movie must be popular in Portugal all of a sudden. That's like the top like 3.
Brazil speaks Portuguese as well, so.
All right. Well, I don't have one. I guess I should have one prepared next time because.
One of my favorite
Oh, no,
movies.
Is this gonna be an every week thing? An every
Yes.
review?
Heck yeah.
This is a good segment to add to
Oh,
the
jeez.
podcast. Callus does a Spanish review.
Take a 5-star review from Letterboxd or whatever in Spanish and see what it says.
All right.
Yeah. I
So
guess,
that Portuguese one, I have the translation here that you just posted.
okay.
One of my favorite movies, The Breakfast Club, is so good because it depicts 5 completely different teenagers, each dealing with their own problems in unique ways. It's incredible how the film manages to portray all of this so beautifully and truthfully. But it's also sad to think that the next morning they would definitely no longer speak to each other. Ryan would even try to, I guess that's supposed to be Brian, stay in touch. But it's safe to say Claire would probably ignore him, maybe make fun of him with her friends. Or quote unquote
Well,
friends.
As you were reading this, I was like, I kind of do get all this from reading this. Like, it is crazy how similar it is to Spanish.
Yeah, I was like, my brother learned Portuguese, and he was like, I can't speak Spanish, but I can read Spanish. Back in the day when he actually, I don't think he knows Portuguese that well anymore. That was like 20 years ago.
And this has been another segment of Callus reads a Spanish review. Tune in next week for another one.
Even though I never read a Spanish review.
Yeah,
I'll find one. I'll find one for next time. I'll try to remember.
All right.
This was just like off the cuff. I saw this one. I was like, it says emo at the end. It's got to be funny, right? All right. Do we have anything else to say about the Breakfast Club? All right.
We need a sequel starring the janitor.
yes. Now he's the principal.
I was trying to look
Yes.
at what else he was in. The sequel to this is
didn't-
The Shape of Water.
Oh no, because he's been in a lot of things. Like he just is like one-off in a lot of TV shows, like Seinfeld, and just,
I think it's funny to think that The Shape of Water is his sequel to this,
yeah.
or
Shape of Water, that takes
Legally
place in the-
Blonde.
Yeah, so he's in Legally Blonde. Oh
But
yeah,
he's uncredited though.
yeah. I think he's actually the FedEx delivery guy. No, maybe not. I don't remember.
He was in 1987's Roxanne.
man.
fantastic movie that has stood the test of time.
It is weird that they haven't tried to make like some like reunion movie with like, oh, it's the 20-year high school reunion and they're all getting together again and blah blah blah.
So he's not in this movie, but he was in St. Elmo's Fire with a lot of these same actors. He actually did like a little documentary, because like all the kids from this movie and like St. Elmo's Fire and stuff of that era were labeled as the Brat Pack. And so he went through, made a documentary, like kind of catching up with all of them and talking to them and seeing how they felt. They all hated the Brat Pack moniker at first, but now they're like, well, you know. But yeah, that's like Joe Estevez or Emilio Estevez. Tom Cruise, I think, was part of it. Demi Moore, the guy who made the documentary. So all the kids in this movie.
I found the true sequel.
Yeah.
Snow Buddies.
Snow Buddies. Perfect.
Well, yeah, I thought the janitor was fine, not creepy. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked how he kind of distracted the principal during the movie, so he probably knew like they were getting up to some tomfoolery upstairs, so distracted them.
You don't care. You don't care none at all.
All right. Well, Ray, since this is your movie, why don't you start us off with your final thoughts and rating?
I would love to. I love 80s movies so much. So this has a special place in my heart. Right next to 16 Candles and Some Kind of Wonderful, which if you haven't seen it, it's a great movie. It is so good.
Which one, 16 Candles or?
No, Some Kind of Wonderful. I mean, 16 Candles, yeah, that's a great movie too, but I love
I haven't seen either of those.
Oh, you should. They're great. But I thought the acting from everybody was really, really great. I thought that they casted it very well. The overall story could have been a little, at least the ending definitely could have been different. Less cliche. But overall, like, I personally would give it a 4 out of 5.
All right. It's my turn.
Sure is.
Before I start, I just want to say the whistling scene annoyed the hell out of me because it was all ADR whistling.
Yes.
And I'll forever feel annoyance when I'm thinking about that. But anyway, that doesn't factor into the overall rating, by the way.
Okay.
So, I think there's a fair amount of things to like about the movie. And I think that like there was some dialogue in here that was like really good. Like I would totally like love to see it just expanded more with some of these dialogue sections. I just didn't like how they took a turn so hastily and just kind of derailed a what could have been amazing scene, but just turned it into like a decent scene because of how they decided to make it feel so disjointed when the characters like randomly just started to yell at each other and stuff. And I think that like in general, like they did a great job with the space that they had. I mean, it's a small cast, it's a small area that they're filming in for the most part. You do have a scale for the school, obviously, when they do the whole like running around bit, but I think they did a great job with like the camera angles and stuff like that. Just using the space effectively for the scenes. I thought they did a good job with that. I mean, especially when they were like dancing around. I thought that like the framing was pretty well done and the character movements were well choreographed. And yeah, I do agree. Like the casting was good. I feel like every character kind of matched who they were supposed to be. But to kind of go along with the dialogue feeling disjointed, it all just kind of came crumbling down at the end. And you know me, I'm a big stickler for endings, and this one just it pissed me off more than any other ending that we talked about for the past like 3 movies. Like I feel like it was the
Wow.
most egregious out of all of them, and that did
Agreed.
take it down quite a lot. Because I was originally like, oh, it was good, like it was like a like a 4, but I ended up on a 3 for this one. Unfortunately, I was hoping to like it more, but just didn't get there.
I feel somewhere in between what Ray and Yemmy feel, which appropriately I would give it a 3.5 because I did enjoy a lot of this movie. I was like, I know I have seen this movie before a while ago, and I was like, at the same time, I was kind of like surprised how much I was like enthralled in the characters and like interested in their individual stories and like how they all interacted. But then you throw in all these weird 180s and like some baffling decisions. I feel like this movie simultaneously had very smart writing and like very dumb writing. And yeah, just don't understand how all that came about. But overall, I did find it, enjoyable minus those, frustrating bits. Good music, good acting from everyone. But probably watch again eventually. So yeah, 3.5.
Okay. I'm kind of similar to Callus, like between Yemi and Ray, but I do lean a little more Yemi. Where like, the ending is just so bad. There were so many the 180s, and just some of the characterization just always kind of bugged me. I don't, and maybe it's just because my high school experience is just like this doesn't feel like actual high school, like a little bit, but like over the top for movies, I don't know. Like it's fine. It's a good movie overall.
Well, there was no blood draw, so.
Yeah. But yeah, the ending and stuff, just I lean more Yummy, like I said, so I'll also just give it a 3 out of 5.
Alrighty.
Okay.
And with that, the average for The Breakfast Club from 1985 is a 3.375.
Not too shabby.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
Well,
Same average as The Majestic.
that's kind of surprising. I feel like
Alright.
I feel like y'all liked it much more than I did.
It's because your score was so low, it brought like the average to the same.
I'm a game
I mean,
changer.
my score was the same as Yemmy's. Oh, for the Majestic. Okay.
For Majestic, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, does anyone have any small recommendations for this episode?
About a month ago, I said I was in the middle of watching an anime named Dororo, and surprisingly, I'm still watching it. It's like, I feel like it's a bit longer than I expected, but it's only 24 episodes, so I'm just watching it very slowly, like just one episode every few days. But I'm almost done with it, and I feel like I can give it a recommendation. It's pretty good. It's based around this guy that his dad made a deal with the devil, and demons basically stole a lot of parts of his body the moment he was born. So he was born without limbs, without eyes, without ears, without skin even. And like his father was just thought he was like some kind of monstrosity, and like sent him off in a boat to die. And then some guy that works with prosthetics found him and raised him. And this child was able to detect souls, and that's how he was able to kind of like perceive his world, even though he couldn't see, he couldn't hear, he couldn't speak, nothing. So he grew up learning how to fight. He learned to wield blades. Like his prosthetic limbs turned to blades, and that's like one of the cool things about the anime. And he started fighting demons, and what he found out is like certain demons, he found that some of them have his body parts. So the first demon that he killed, he got his skin back. And the next episode he killed another demon and he got his hearing back and etc. So he now wants to hunt all the demons to get his entire body back.
Who has his penis?
But funny story, this is based on an old manga from like the 80s. But the first time I got introduced to this story was from a PS2 game called Blood Will Tell, surprisingly. They made it into a game adaptation long before an anime, which is very weird.
That's odd.
Yeah, and the game is awesome because like the game starts off in black and white, and the first demon you kill you get your eyes back, so the game turns to color all of a sudden. And yeah, they do a lot of cool stuff like that. So yeah, my small recommendation is anime called Dororo.
Interesting.
Well, I'll recommend
sorry,
Don
like-
Don.
Oh, okay.
What?
That is a good anime too.
It is a good anime.
I need to start the second season.
Oh yeah, second season's going good. It's one of those that I feel like it almost is better to wait for the season to all come out and then just binge. But
Yeah, I'll agree because like they split the season, I believe. Because
yeah,
it just ended on a huge cliffhanger. Like it should not have ended there.
right. And technically, season 2 is just the second half of season 1. I mean, it's doing what a lot of shows do nowadays, where they're just like, well, we'll only give it 10 episodes when it should have the full amount, at least 22 or whatever.
Right.
But that's just the world we live in nowadays.
I have
but yeah.
an audiobook recommendation.
Yeah.
Tons of trigger warnings though, like especially towards like eating disorders and sexual anything really. But I've been listening to Jeanette McCurdy's book I'm Glad My Mom Died. And
oh, yeah.
crazy title
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure, but I have been that's what I was listening basically on my drives this past weekend. And talk about fucking heart-wrenching, bro. Like it's wild what you don't know just in general about somebody's life, especially like young child actors. And it's like it's hard to listen to, but I recommend it because it's just like it just gives you a whole different perspective. So that is my recommendation.
Yeah, I own that one. Haven't read it yet though. I know it's a pretty tough read at times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard a lot
Yeah.
of things about that one.
I've had to stop listening to it a couple of times and then go back to it, but I mean, I'm almost done with it. I'm like, I think over halfway through the whole thing. I have about an hour and a half left, and I think it was like a little over 6 hours long or something like that. I'm on chapter 69 out of 91, so
Nice.
not the time, Tay. Not the time. I
There's
thought the
always
same
a time
thing,
to say nice to 69.
But yeah, it's interesting. So if you have time or if you go on road trips like I've been doing, then I recommend it. Not for children though.
I drive so much for work that I have actually been reading a whole bunch of not reading, but listening to audiobooks.
Mm-hmm.
Although the type of audiobooks I've been listening to are like so very specific niche category of books, where it's like basically video game history is what I would call it.
Nice.
Console Wars is a very good book. Y'all should read it.
All right.
Sweet.
I guess I have two, I guess. One real quick, Superman, if you haven't seen that. Really
I
good.
do want to go see Superman.
Very,
Very
very
good, yeah.
good.
It's on my list.
Enjoyable. Make sure you go watch that. Especially, I feel like it's a theater experience type of movie. The
Yeah.
people I was watching it with absolutely were enjoying it, clapping and whatnot. And I feel like haven't really had that experience in a good way since like Avengers Endgame. So Loved that. And then Wee Woo, new band alert that I've been listening to. Wee Woo, they just dropped their first album last week. Wee Woo, it's not going to be for everyone because you know me, I love my guttural, visceral screams. Psycho Frame is the band, and their album Salvation Laughs in the Face of a Grieving Mother. It's brutal. It's crazy. It's it's absolutely insane what they do sometimes. So if you're a fan of like the hardcore shit, this one might pique your pistol. Featuring songs such as Endless Agonal Devotion, Apocalypse Through Lysergic Possession, I Won't Be There to Watch You Go, Filleted and Fucked, and Nero Terror. Yes, lots of great stuff there. It's like I said, it's a hard hitting album. Absolutely insane vocals and lots of good music, like instrumental work as well. But like I said, it's not going to be for everyone. Not everyone's going to like to hear, the vocals that sound like animals being slaughtered. Like it's just not going to be everyone's cup of tea. But if you're like me and you kind of are hoping or looking to find some standout new noise in the metal community, this is one place to start. So there you go.
Nice.
All right. So the next episode is episode 150. As you all know, we haven't had a fan vote this week because we were doing a double feature plus some special guests. So the movies that we are watching is Happy Gilmore from 1996 and Happy Gilmore 2. That's right, the freshest movie we've ever watched for the podcast from 2025. And I don't know if you need me to tell you the synopsis, but Happy Gilmore is essentially about a failed hockey player who turns golf whiz, who has an unconventional approach to golf, and there's a rival named Shooter McGavin who is determined to fuck him up because he's taking everything away from him. But yeah, that's essentially the first movie. The second movie kind of follows along that same line, I suppose. I'm not going to go over the synopsis. We'll just talk about it next time. But if you want to watch these movies, they are on Netflix right now, both of them, until the end of the month. So that's going to be over by the time this episode comes out. But it's also available on. They're both. I mean, one of them's available on Amazon, being Happy Gilmore 1. So even if you do miss out on that, you can check it out there. These are some movies that I never thought we would be reviewing on the podcast because I've been a pretty big Adam Sandler hater recently, but I decided to put on my big boy pants and go with a good idea that we had. So we will see how it goes. And yes, we're gonna have some special guests next week for special episode 150.
Woohoo! Happy 150.
Not yet, Callus.
Oh, I jumped the gun there.
So yeah, if you want to join the discussion for Happy Gilmore 1 and 2, make sure you watch the movies before the next episode airs in 2 weeks. We'll reconvene and talk about this man named Happy, who was not so happy after all. Slap me. All right. Anything else anyone wants to say before we end the show?
No, not really. I'm good.
I'm good too.
Bueller.
We know Callus's next movie.
He'll forget by then.
Yeah, I will.
All right. I am Yemmy the Ferret, and I've been here with...
Just Callus.
Taymation.
Ray of positivity.
And we are Film Freaks with a Z. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bueller.